Alright, everybody, it's Adonis here, and today I'm actually doing a rant on LeBron James. Not so much about why people don't like him or why he doesn't think he's the greatest, but more of why do you hate on LeBron James? Why do people hate on LeBron James? And my theory is because he's probably the greatest player to ever challenge your greats, such as Jordan or Kobe, and it's more of like, hey, I want my home team, which of course used to be the Sonics, rest in peace. But it's more of, hey, I want my home team or my favorite player of all time to succeed over a new generation because hey, that's like a king coming in and a new king coming in actually and an old king. Hey, you love your old king, but yeah, let me just bring this new king in here and take over everything and say he's the greatest of all time. Yeah, I understand but when he was on the Cavs, they were not good, but they were great because of LeBron James. You gotta understand it. They weren't doing anything. They weren't supposed to make it to the finals in 2007. They weren't supposed to do any of that. What was it? Game 6 of the Eastern Conference Finals against the Pistons. You could argue that it's the one of the greatest performances by any player ever. But of course, everybody's gonna say, "Oh, the Jordan flu game and everything," but or Kobe's 81 or see the thing why I don't think it's great is because not only does LeBron distribute the ball, but he gets points at the same time and makes a defensive impact. And it's like, oh, you're gonna say LeBron's not great just because hey, he likes to get his assists early. No, that's a great teammate who wants to get his players hot in the beginning from just taking shots, such as a Kobe Bryant or a Michael Jordan. Now, I know I'm gonna get like 8 dislikes because of that statement right there, but Kyrie though, real quick. What is it called? LeBron is one of the greatest teammates to ever play the game because of this. If he wanted to, LeBron could score whenever he wants. He proved that in the finals this year at age 31, where people were like, "Oh, yeah, he's not gonna do so well because he's older. He can't dunk or anything." And it's like, no, you're not gonna tell me that LeBron James is gonna sit here and not be able to dunk anymore. All great because. Yeah, that's what he does. He's a dunker, and he's only 31. You got to understand. Yeah, in sports years, that's pretty high, but at the same time, you got to take into account he's a huge, like, athletic body. So that's gonna be an advantage right there he has over most people, such as like Shaq, for example. Shaq was huge. When you're huge like that, and you can't slender down like LeBron did. You're not going to be able to last as long in the league. So he got worse. But I mean, he's the most dominant at his time when his body could withstand his own weight. So that's why I think LeBron James, he's one of those guys who works on his craft. Like Jordan, he was smaller, so he decided to get stronger, which is something you could do if you're a little skinnier. Like, because Jordan was skinnier in the beginning of his career and everything, and he had to get stronger in order to become a more elite player. Now, LeBron James is a player who has always been bigger than his competition, even though like when he first came into the league, he was kind of skinny, but he was still had a man's build. Like people don't understand, like a man's build is going to be someone who can get things. He basically looks like Paul George did when he was a rookie. And Paul George is, I don't know how many years pro Paul George is, but he basically looked like that. And coming into the league looking like that is ridiculous because Paul George had to work for that. And yeah, that's just what makes him an elite player is he has the athletic body for it. And now people are gonna, of course, hit me with, bro, get off LeBron's nuts. But we gotta understand, like when Kobe left, I don't even like Kobe, and I'll say that to anybody. I don't like Kobe. But when he left and retired, the league lost a little bit because he is a legend. Like he is gonna be known forever in the NBA, and he's gonna be one of the greats. You can consider him top 3, top 5, but there's people out there who says he's not even top 10, which is like no. He kind of changed the way people had to play the game. When you can change the way people play the game, that is an impact on the game, and that's what's gonna have your legacy sort and so. And he has 5 championships, but that's one of the reasons too. LeBron has 3 championships. Kobe has 5. Now I like LeBron and say he's better, even though he has less, because here's the thing: LeBron won those championships by himself, and anybody who says different has clearly not watched every game of the season. Yes, when LeBron went to the Heat, yes, I went for the Heat because LeBron's on that team. Now, I'm not a bandwagon fan. I'm a LeBron James fan. There is a difference. And people who are out there, can I get a thumbs up for that? For the people who are LeBron James fans and not bandwagon fans? Ooh, missed that free throw, though. Yeah, because when he went to the Heat, he did that all by himself. If you're going to tell me, oh, Dwayne Wade and Chris Bosh were going off, Chris Bosh had that one play, right? He had that one block and that one rebound to set up Ray Allen. But when he was really ineffective, yeah, he was. I think that's when he I forget which year it was, but he was having a baby, which he had to go back and forth between cities and stuff. And yeah, that's okay. Like, yeah, of course, be there for the birth of your child and everything, but yeah, he wasn't playing at the level people say, oh, the big three. No, it's the big LeBron, because this guy did everything and did all the work. LeBron has never had help, and saying Dwayne Wade and Chris Bosh were help when they pretty much did nothing. He had better stats with his Cleveland team is kind of ridiculous in a way. But I know somebody's going to come out here and show some stats where, hey, Dwayne Wade had 20 points in this game. Well, I'm going to hit you with this. Dwayne Wade having 20 points in a game isn't enough. If he wants to be a superstar and an all-star, 30 points a game maybe. Because let's look at the Raptors, for example. DeMar DeRozan and Kyle Lowry, if they have a really good, great game, they're going to have at least 25 each, you know? And people are not going to, man, I'm trying to get a chase down block of Kyrie, but I can't. People aren't going to sit here and say, oh, yeah, they're superstars just because, oh, they got 20 points each. 20 points in the league does not make you great, which I know is a lot, but when you play at that level, it's not enough. So, let me get back to what I was really trying to talk about and stuff. Yeah, LeBron having 3 rings is better because you look at what he's done. Especially this last one, I think set in stone like LeBron's legacy for real. He could retire today and not have to do anything. Like he could really retire and go down as either top 3 or top 5 depending on as of like the next 10 years, because who knows what the Warriors are gonna do with Kevin Durant. Rest in peace to the league. But yeah, it's kind of ridiculous that people don't think LeBron's good enough to be considered as good as Jordan when you look at the teams he's had. If LeBron had Scottie Pippen on his team and Dennis Rodman and Steve Kerr, he would win probably like 8 championships. And Horace Grant, like, people don't understand, like, Jordan had a squad, and if they want to be considered the best team ever, then you can't say, oh, Jordan did it all by himself. Yes, Jordan hit some key shots and stuff, but it was a team effort. And if we're just going straight on players who did it by themselves, let's look at LeBron. Now, in 2015, when they lost the Warriors, LeBron literally had the greatest final performance in history over Jerry West, who won the MVP on the losing squad. Now, I thought he should have got the MVP. That's just me, and a lot of people share that opinion, and it's okay. Everybody has their own opinion. But when you have an opinion that's based off, like, a super biased, like, older generational standard, like, oh yeah, we paved the way for, you know, for LeBron to get there, so he's not even good because, you know, Jordan paved the way for him to be there. Yes, he came before him, but at the same time, LeBron without Jordan would have been still LeBron. Like, that has nothing to do with LeBron. And people don't understand that. It's like you sit here and say Jordan's gonna do it all, and then LeBron wouldn't be able to do anything, and it's like, why say that? Why do you need to sit here and tell me that, oh, LeBron's not as good as Jordan, when, if I'm not mistaken, LeBron has 4 MVPs and Jordan had 5 or maybe 6. I'm not yeah, it's either 5 or 6, but I think it's 5. And you're telling me that the most valuable player on the not best team, he won that because he was the most valuable player in the league. He should have won it. The only person who I think actually should have taken the MVP from LeBron ever would probably be Derrick Rose. Because Derrick Rose was going off when he won the MVP. So, yeah, that's the only person I can see. Like, he actually made his team a contender for the championship. They didn't win, of course, but yeah, he made them a contender at least. And they weren't too good. So, what I'm saying is, hey, if we're going by rings, you're telling me Robert Horry is better than Michael Jordan, because Robert Horry has 7 rings and Jordan has 6. So, what are we saying? I just don't get it how people like say LeBron's rings don't mean anything. It's like, okay, so take away Kobe Bryant's rings and what is he? Because Shaq won 3 of those and won the MVPs, so those count for Kobe Bryant. And I'm gonna just leave it at that for everybody. Once again, this is Adonis's channel, and this is a little rant I had about LeBron James. This is really for people to get a question builder for another video I might do later on, but I'll probably see what the response goes from this video, and then see what's going on with the community. Yeah, I'm basically trying to get you to think about it, and I'll make another updated video on the stats of LeBron versus Kobe, Jordan, Bill Russell maybe. But yeah, I just wanted to let you guys know what my opinion on everything is, and I need some feedback from you guys and see what you think about LeBron and what you think about him not